Well, farm markets have been on the rise in the past 2 weeks following the USDA report we talked about on last week's Bottom Line. This week, Neil Melancon follows up on that. And Neil, have we seen where the bottom of these markets have finally been?
I think we have, Mike. I think we have finally seen a bottom to these markets. The USDA report last week had something of a bullish impact, but there is a number of new factors that have buoyed prices recently, a reversal of the trend we saw in the weeks leading up to the report. Export sales have been somewhat flat, so that's not a real big issue. Weather, however, has played something of a stronger role, with the Midwest seeing too much of a good thing in the form of hot and dry weather. Although they've gotten a bit of moisture recently, they need more rain as the corn and beans are entering into a critical development stage where moisture is a factor, something Louisiana farmers can certainly sympathize with, as many areas did not get the rain they needed this season. Yields will likely be lower than expected. Now, the big factor in the grain markets actually is not a grain market at all. It's the outside markets, namely crude oil and the U.S. dollar. Take a look at this. If you've ever wondered what an inverse relationship is, here's a clear picture. The dollar tested out its lows we saw earlier this summer and now has been on a steady incline. Meanwhile, crude oil, which its business is done in the U.S. dollar, has been suffering from the increased purchasing power. Interestingly, the grain markets also trade in the U.S. dollar, which accounts for some of the price increases we've seen lately. So the bottom line this week is that the grain markets are going to be subject to a variety of issues until the actual yield numbers come in October. When the markets were low, we talked about how we'd see when the actual numbers came in. Well, the same truth applies here. Even though we're seeing a rally right now, if the yield numbers hold up in October, we'll see the market right back down again. We'll just have to wait till October when those actual yield numbers come out, Mike.
Well, Neil, thanks as always for that report. And you see, folks, we do let Neil come out of the radio studio every so often. Thanks, Neil.
Thank you.
And of course, to find out where you can hear Neil's reports, you can switch on over to our website at twilatv.org, and we'll tell you where to tune in.